welcome back to another video with me. In today's video, I'll be sharing 3 satisfying sweet tooth craving stopping treats, snacks, whatever you may call them. But I know for myself, I like to have something sweet every day. Like every single day. It's just not optional. But since I want to have something every day, I like to mess around in the kitchen, work with ingredients, and make my snacks, treats a little healthier and lower calorie. Now I know it's not always easy to do and it takes a little bit of creativity, so I'm just going to come here and share the 3 that I've been doing recently, and I hope you enjoy them. So let's jump into number 1. Now the first snack I'm going to share with you is a healthier version of I guess you could call it like Dunkaroo or just Funfetti dip. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those terms. This is what I'm referring to. Dunkaroo, Funfetti dip. Yeah. So I love this stuff, okay? And I was thinking there must be a way that I can make this healthier. And there is. I got you, don't worry. So let's jump into it and let's see how I make this dish low calorie and something that you can have every day if you wanted. Here are the ingredients I use. Keep in mind these are not set in stone. Mess around, have fun with this recipe, and see what works. I then take my yogurt and I add it into a bowl. I just do 1 serving for each, so whatever the serving size is on the label. From there, I take my Jello packets and I add, once again, just 1 single serving. I think it's about 1/4 of the package. And we mix that all up and get it all blended, and you'll start to see it get thicker and more of an icing texture. Once that is done, go ahead and just add some sprinkles in, add a little bit of color, a little bit of fun, and it also gives it a little bit of crunch too, which is nice. And this is where it starts to really look like that Funfetti Dunkaroo dip. Now just grab some graham crackers or rice cakes and put it all together and look at what we have. I threw it on top of a rice cake here and it was so good as well. So the rice cake option's a little lower calorie. Okay, do you see this? It's like a little Dunkaroo pack. It has the little graham crackers, a little dip. Honestly, that took me about, I would say, 2 minutes to make, and let's give it a go. You can see like how thick it is. See that? All on a little graham cracker. You just have to try it. Comment down below, because I can say it's as good as I want, but you guys gotta let me know, because I'm gonna eat this whole thing right now. Dessert number 2, I'm making a mint banana and ice cream. This one is super low calorie, honestly so refreshing, and it feels so healthy. Super easy to make, and I just love this recipe. I always make it late night when I want a snack, so let's get into it. First, I add 2.5 frozen bananas to my food processor. You need them to be frozen. If they're not, it just won't work. I then go ahead and add 1/4 a cup of cashew milk. You can use any milk alternative. I love cacao nibs, so I add 2 tablespoons of that for a little chocolatey crunch. And then the final ingredient is just a bunch of mint. So I use mint leaves. You can use mint extract. It is just preference. And go ahead and blend that all up. It should take about 40 seconds. And do you see how thick and creamy this came out? How easy was that? Yet again, this recipe took me about 5 minutes from start to finish, and hi, who knew banana ice cream could be this creamy? Has like no ingredients, and let's see. So good. So if you weren't using like a vanilla cashew milk like I did, You might want to add a bit of sweetener, but this one is already so sweet and so fresh now for me that I didn't need any extra like stevia or anything, but it's up to you, optional. But whew, do you see this? Do you see this? I love mint and cacao. You could also add a little bit of cocoa powder to make it a little more chocolatey. Honestly, you can just mess around with this recipe. If you wanted to do a peanut butter one, you could just do chocolate. You could do cocoa, banana, peanut butter, or powdered peanut butter to lower the calories. This has so many options. It's just crazy and so much fun to mess around with. So play around with this recipe. This is just one of my go-tos as it's super light and refreshing after dinner or nighttime or in even the afternoon on a hot day. So love this one. Recipe number 3, we are going to be making kind of like a buttery sweet cinnamon stick. Kind of like a churro. Yeah, cinnamon, sugar, butter. It's a form of a churro. Let's check it out. First, I spray some Pam down on a baking tray. I then lay my flatbread on top of that, and I spray a little bit more Pam and put it straight into the oven for around 3 minutes just to get it a little cooked. And once you see it's a little brown, you can either add more Pam and then your toppings. For myself, I like to add a little butter just for a little extra flavor. So I'm using Melt vegan butter here. I just throw that on top. And once that layer is down, I then add some stevia. And on top of the stevia, I sprinkle on some cinnamon. So the butter and Pam is just really helping my topping stick onto the flatbread. And then you throw it back in the oven for another 2 minutes and it is ready to go. Here are our cinnamon sugar, I don't know, flatbread, churros, whatever you want to call them. They get the job done. They're so simple and just so satisfying. Okay, one more bite. Well, that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these snacks I'm sharing with you today. They really are some sweet tooth craving stoppers, and I honestly prefer them over so many other treats, so it's kind of funny how it works out like that, but you be the judge. Let me know down below if you like this video. Also, let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to cover. As you see, I'm always listening. I'm always trying to keep up to date with what you guys are wanting to see, whether it's with fitness or treats or food, whatever it may be. Just comment down below. And please don't forget to give this video a and subscribe down below. As you know, this all really helps me out. It supports me and it encourages me to create more content for you. So keep up the great work. Thank you so much for supporting me, and enjoy the rest of your days, nights, evenings, wherever you may be.